Excalibur.
What?
It's Excalibur. Reports are saying that he's still alive.
You know the path around here?
Path? Yeah, I know the path.
In our theaters, and this morning to give us some more insight on the plot as it thickens, Ansel Harris, the creator and film director, joins us along with Jamil James, the lead actor, who is wearing the same kit, I realized. Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Had to have you guys, because when we talk sci-fi and we get excited, we need to know, first of all, what's the plot? What is Vaser Claw? How do we get here?
All right, basically the storyline is there's a prince from another galaxy, another planet, and he got information of someone that he thought died, that was responsible for killing his family.
Ooh.
So he have to go to another planet to uncover the truth and to to confront the individual.
So we are talking time travel, we're talking location changes, we're talking a lot that is probably expensive. How come we decide to go into the realm of science fiction, Ansel?
I always love science fiction. I've been a fan of a lot of the sci-fi films from before, like the Star Wars, the Star Trek, and stuff like that. And then we decided to do something different, do something not the norm, especially from Trinidad and the Caribbean. So we wanted to tell a different story.
Fair. Now, our norm, if you were to compare styles, closest would be to folklore, which is kind of fictional.
Yeah. It's kind of fictional.
So will we see any sorts of themes or similarities therein?
Well, for now, I guess you might see more outer world stuff, although it have other people, other directors that with us too that do those types of stories as well too. So
I like
you'll see a couple of that.
I like that you're alluding to what is to come, but I'm going to dial it back a bit because our lead is here. And granted that this is not your first time on screen or working with Ansel in the realm of science fiction, be honest, when you got that script, he hit you with another out-of-world project. What was your thought initially?
I was excited and ready to take on that, the mantle and be on. I was happy to be on screen again and be doing something that I love, acting.
Now, in terms of your character, again, without giving away too much, because we're definitely heading to the cinemas on the 14th, do you see any sorts of kinship or similarities in terms of his quest for revenge and all of that sort of emotion? Yeah,
there was a lot of similarities, but it was quite, everything is intertwined, and we had, from jumping from show to show, there was a lot of politics and stuff that were actually, related to the previous show. Okay, and this is Magnolia?
Yes, correct. That we're talking about. So this is a trilogy of shows?
Yeah, so it's like Magnolia is like the beginning of all the other characters that come. So Vaser Claw is like a spin-off from that.
Gotcha. So then you just get to develop him a little bit more. We get to know him a little bit more.
So this story is more knowing about him more.
Okay. Now, in terms of the genre itself, this is specific to you and your acting, because I know you said you love doing it, but do you think you'd want to venture into others, like, a little romance comedy?
Yeah, of course. To be honest with you, I don't not to sell it out, but Vaser Claw does have its own romance and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But as somebody who like acting and stuff, you try to take a piece of everything. You want to be able to be versatile and branch out into different things.
And on that note, if you were to give advice to anybody specifically on the local scene, what would you say is a great way to start?
Well, there's social media. People like to do little skits and parodies of different things, and I think that's actually how I even got recognized. So
nice. And in that case, we take a note, because I know this is, like you said, not the first, not the last project, rather. There are a few more to come. In terms of what we can look forward to or what we can expect next.
Right. So
chronological order, or we departing again?
Yeah, well, anything, right? So,
is that a lot?
So right now we are working on in production right now, we have about 4 production.
Oh, wow.
We're filming right now, and then we're writing scripts for 2 more. That we're supposed to start either later this year or early next year.
When do you sleep?
Not really.
Because you say this as if we have an industry that allows for a lot of production to be done. I know for a fact that a lot of people have their own studios, they do their own graphics, simply because we don't have that space in the industry just yet. So what is your technique? Who are your partners? How do you do this?
You just get the right people who share the same passion as you, and you allow people to be creative. And that's how I operate, you know. So, like, persons who doing the VFX work or the camera work and stuff, I allow them to be creative. So I work alongside them. They understand the vision, they understand where it is we're coming from, but I allow them to, you know, bring their own expertise and their own ideas to it. And that's the reason why it flew even faster.
Definite collaborative effort.
Yes, I definitely collaborate.
So let's talk process a little bit. When we talk about you creating or conceptualizing and writing scripts and then directing, that in itself will take some time, but you seem to be getting a lot done quickly. So how long did this one take?
It get done quickly because, like I say, we have a good team.
Okay.
Right? So when we did Magnolia, a lot of people gravitated to his character. And so I said that one of the other projects I'll do is tell his story.
Right.
We got the writers ready, he was ready, we got other people ready, and then we got the locations, and then we was like, yeah. So we did everything in 6 months. Yeah, we did.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah, like, we did everything in 6 months.
Because we are talking about, well, location scouting, actual shooting and editing, everything in 6 months.
Yeah, in 6 months.
No sleep.
Yeah.
Like, no, they had to.
And just remember, COVID was still around.
Well, this was where I was going to go as well, because I do remember when last you were here talking about Magnolia, similarly there were challenges that you had to navigate through the pandemic.
Yes.
And so this was happening simultaneously, from what you described.
Yeah, but with Vaser it was a little easier because we shot Vaser last year, so the pandemic was kind of...
You were out of it a little bit.
Yeah, out of it a little bit. So it was a little easier to maneuver.
Okay, fair. Yeah. And in that case, we are looking at more visuals for sure. But do we see ourselves then, because you're saying in terms of writing, we have more characters that we're going to meet in this trilogy?
Yes.
How many can we expect? Do we have like a 5, 6? Oh. Is this going to be like a, what is it? Fast and Furious 14? And like
the Avengers.
Picture like what Marvel is doing.
Gotcha.
So it's something like that where you'll see like different characters, different personalities and stuff like that. One of the main aims that we are doing is, well, we have the relationship with the cinemas. We also have relationship with the TV stations like yourself, and we also do film festivals too.
Right.
So our projects will be, you know, we have specific projects for specific places.
Okay.
So you have for the cinema releases, for TV, like TV series, and film festivals. Right now, we actually got Vaser going to a film festival in Spain, which premiered on the 22nd of September. They actually did subtitles and stuff.
Could you imagine the subtitles of dialect? That's going to be great. But that might be something to celebrate towards the Republic Day. Who knows what happens? So best of luck with that. If those results come out beforehand, winning a title would be lovely. But even beyond that, as you specify that you have projects for film festivals, television consumption, and of course the cinemas itself. Let's talk a little bit before we go about the industry. Final thoughts in terms of how it's developed thus far from an actor's perspective, Jimmy, and then of course Ansel from the directing end of things. What are your thoughts on our industry locally?
It's growing, and you know, I think, you know, you just need to get the right minds and right people behind what you're actually doing. And Ansel actually gave us the platform for us to be able to be doing what we're doing, and you know, it's something that we could just be thankful and appreciative of him for.
Nice. Ansel?
No, this year we actually did 2 films that came out in cinema this year, so 2 local films in cinema. For me, I'm hoping that other filmmakers, this could be encouragement to other filmmakers to bring their films whether it's cinema, whether it's TV and stuff like that. So the thing is, I want to see other filmmakers come and do stuff. You know, I want to see more local films on the television screens, on the big screens and stuff like that. It's not about a one-man show and stuff like that. It's about, you know, the filmmakers could actually come and have a space for them. So I think we have a good future in terms of filmmaking. I think it all comes down to how much the filmmakers were, you know, willing to put and willing to sacrifice and put all their things. And, you know, and I think it will grow from there.
Well, he might be sacrificing his sleep, but it's paying off, because on the 14th of September, we're going to head to the cinemas and we're going to get to know Jamil James as the lead actor in, well, what will be another trilogy from Ansel Harris. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this morning on the Now Morning Show. Add it to your calendars, but for now, stick around. The Now Morning Show has even more action for you. We'll be right back.
Who is alive, Angela?
Excalibur.
What?
It's Excalibur. Reports are saying that he's still alive.
You know the path around here?
Yeah, I know the spot.